Hey everybody, it's Keegan here. I'm back with another video for you guys, and this is actually going to be my second and final video of today, as earlier I did a movie review video, and now we're going to end it off with a vlog video. So today, this is going to be vlog number 44, and it is Monday, March 25th, 2024, and the time right now is 3:56 p.m. And today's vlog is going to be a story time related vlog. I have another story for you guys, and it's a pretty funny story actually. So let's get right into it. So today's story is actually a story that actually happened very recently. It actually happened about 3 weeks ago when I went to the movies and saw Drive Away Dolls, which is a movie I actually talked about on my channel recently. It was an alright movie. It wasn't the best, but it could have been better. I do have a review of it on my channel if you want to check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. So, anyways, so it was a Sunday afternoon when I went to go see the movie. I was kind of bored and there wasn't a lot going on, so I went ahead and went to the movies. And so when I got there, I got my ticket, I got my popcorn, a large Coke, and some Sour Patch Kids, which Sour Patch Kids is probably my favorite candy to have with my popcorn, or Twizzlers. Either one of those is probably my favorite snack I like to have whenever I go to the movies. So I got my popcorn and snacks, and I went to go find my seat, and I waited patiently for the movie. Now, I was very early at the movie. I like being at the movies early, gives me a lot of time. But yeah, so I waited patiently for the movie to start. And while I was waiting, there was something I totally didn't expect that I would see at the movie. So there was a mom who took her young daughter to see the movie. I'm not exactly sure how old was the young girl. She probably looked younger than 12 from what I could tell, but I'm not exactly sure how old she was, but I can tell you she was definitely not old enough to see this movie. Considering the movie is rated R in the US, but it is rated 14A in Canada. Now, I feel like I should go into a bit of context of what the Canadian film rating system is like here in Canada and compare it to the US before we continue on with our story. Now, I'm sure some of you who live outside of Canada might already know about the rating system we have here in Canada, and some of you may not, so I'll just go through it really quickly. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the American rating system. There's G, PG, PG-13, R, and NC-17. And there's actually two separate types in Canada, and there's the Quebec one, which we'll get to that one after. Now, for the general Canadian ratings, there's G, PG, 14A, 18A, and R, and E. Now, G, much like the Americans, it's rated G, and PG ranges from G, PG, and PG-13. 14A ranges from PG, PG-13, and R. 18A is R and NC-17. R is just R and the NC-17. And E is just for stuff that's like educational or stuff that's ratings getting pended, I believe. Well, something like that. And in Quebec, we have G, 13 plus, 16 plus, and 18 plus. I'm sure how it works. So that's basically kind of how the Canadian rating system goes. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of context before we continue on to our story. Now back to the story. So the mom and daughter were sitting two seats across from me, and I was thinking to myself, did the mom not check the rating for the film before she brought her daughter to see it? I don't know. So after the trailers ended, the movie finally started, and I shit you not even 2 minutes into the movie, there was a murder scene that happened, and it was fairly brutal. And then it was at that moment I think the mom was thinking, yeah, this was a bad idea. So the mom and daughter were got up and began walking down the steps and were about to leave, which they were sitting up on the very top row, which is where I usually sit when I go to the Cineplex. Which, yes, I was at the Cineplex when I went to go see the movie. And Just as the mom and daughter were about halfway down the steps, the scene cuts to a lesbian sex scene. There was nudity and there was moaning, and I don't know if the mom covered the daughter's eyes or not, but I gotta tell you, it was probably the funniest thing I've seen when I went to the movies. Like, just wow. It really goes to show we have a rating system for a reason, and I guess the moral of the story is always check the ratings before you bring your kids to the movies if you want to avoid any potentially awkward moments like this poor mother did, unfortunately, with her daughter. But yeah, it was pretty funny. Thankfully, they didn't stick around for the rest of the movie because there was nudity and there was some pretty graphic descriptions of sexual acts. But yeah, if they did stay through it, it would have been probably the most awkward moment. I mean, movie going experience this mother probably would have had with her daughter. But yeah, they walked out not even 2 minutes into the movie. It was not counting the logos, but yeah, it was pretty funny. But I guess the mom didn't realize the movie was rated R. Like, I really couldn't tell you. I didn't even speak to the mother or anything. I just let them be because I figured they wouldn't last long watching this movie, and they didn't. But it's kind of similar to another story that happened when I went to the movies a few months ago at one of my local theaters when I saw Amelie. Now, I talked about this in my review of Amelie, but there was a mom and her young son that looks like was probably 4, maybe 5 years old. And while there wasn't a lot of nudity, but there was brief nudity in that movie, and there was a montage of like 15 orgasms in like 10 seconds, which if you've seen Amelie, you know what I'm talking about. And surprisingly, at that movie, the mom and son stayed throughout the whole movie. It was pretty interesting. I was kind of expecting it would be the same result with Drive Away Dolls, with the mother and the daughter, but that wasn't the case. It was hilarious. But yeah. So I think that's about it. There's not really much else for me to add to the story here other than just check the rating system, like the rating for a movie before bringing your kids to see a movie. Otherwise, it might be an awkward moment depending on what movie you're going to see. But anyways, I think that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, as always, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment below, and subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications and share the video with your friends. And more videos will be coming out soon. And has this ever happened to you at a movie? Comment below, and I would like to hear your stories on it. But anyways, that's all for me. So until next time, this is Keegan Shepard signing off. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, take care, everybody. Peace out. Bye-bye.